What are you doing, Kiki? Kitty? Did you poo-poo or pee-pee?
So, decided to add on to the final scene to Skinny Pete Friend Teleplay, the sequel to Better Call Saul. It's been an adventure to write the pilot, but I have to work on these 2 note cards and see how far I can get for the final sequence of the pilot. And you can see it takes place in a living room. Here's some of the dialogue that I have. These are kind of like ideas that I riff off of. And believe it or not, I'll tell you some delusions. As I was writing this, a voice started coming out of my mouth that sounded like Howard. I know Howard is killed in it, but he's a lawyer that is killed by the cartel. Don't know why. Just some voice started sounding like Howard. You kind of tell I'm talking now. Anyway, we gotta wait for this and wait for this puppy. Good old Bill Gates, Microsoft. It's actually Dell, but it uses Microsoft products. An Intel Core i5, 8th generation. So here's some of the features on it. It's got a 15.6 FHD narrow border touch display. It's a convertible notebook. It is Windows Hello facial recognition, which I've never used once. This is an active pen support. So, I didn't even know I had that. There's also USB Type-C, which is going to be that right there. Type-C. And this one right here is the Waves Max Audio Pro. So you can see that there's Audio Pro right in here, some speakers. I got it for about $7.99, 2017-ish. It's an Espron 7000. My next one will be an Apple. So for right now, we're dealing with this. So these are my times where I contemplate on my next step. Maybe I'll really highly focus on these paper note cards where I can write with a pencil, or I'm just looking at that, right here. You can kind of see, here's some more note cards, and looking back at that. So here's what it looks like right now. So we take the mouse, move it around it. That's what I can kind of do right now. If I want to just kind of sit there and just wait. Let me just put it this way. It's old enough where it takes quite a bit of time. If you want to check your email, you might want to schedule about a 15-minute block in your schedule to wait 15 minutes before everything. I don't know if it's always exactly 15 minutes, but it's nerve-wracking when you have a computer like this and it doesn't do exactly what you say. Then it becomes nerve-wracking. Like it gets on your nerves. It hurts. And it slows you down because you depend on their format because you're trying to present something that's halfway format. You don't have to. You can just turn the screenplay in like this. Note cards. I've got a bunch of them. I'll show you while we're waiting. got a whole crap load of note cards right here. So, other than that, it goes into screenplay form. So, I don't know. Reason why I wasn't really able to take off of my novel that I was working on is because of this particular reason right here. Now, I could write it all by hand, but it would be more work for me to dictate it into the digital format that people like to read, which is print. It's not, digital's not print, but it goes into digital and then you can read it print, you know, whether it be an online site that you publish or whatever it may be. But the amount of time that it takes just drains that inspiration as you're looking at this rather than working. So having a faulty computer and being a writer at the same time, devastating. It's not the ideal thing that you would want. But luckily I've got this right here. This thing that I'm, you know, working on, the blog. That way something is being done. But eventually I'll probably will, you know, get an Apple one. So I know they're competitors. So you can kind of see it's just a waiting. But there's the format. You can see that's what they like to see in final draft. Isn't that something? It cost me a pretty penny to get it too. So I went ahead and gave up on it. On right now, I'm going to get back to it, but its final draft is not. Oh, there we go. Let's try her again. See what she does this time. Oh, looks like it's kicking in. Try again, as Mickey Mouse says. See what time it is right now. 6:33 in the a.m. Still waiting. Let me tell you, it is, you know, if I had a typewriter, of course, it might be more productive. I'd still need the ruler to measure out, you know, yeah, we're just gonna kick back and wait. You people with your brand new Apple Air Max, be very grateful because I'm vlogging this. It's 7:36 a.m. and it's finally ready. And that's not always an average. But I have to admit, I bought it in 2007. So, you know, it's old. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6 years old. Okay? I counted with my fingers to let you know. All right. Let's finalize this puppy up and get it to Gmail. That's where I keep all my scripts, on the cloud. I did find out, I almost purchased it for $1.99. You can buy it on Apple. It's called Final Draft Go. But you pay $1.99 a month. You can read these scripts and you can write on them at the same time. But you pay $2 a month. So it's probably really useful because people that have laptops and stuff deal with this as a writer. This is your friend and enemy, you know, the actual, you know, device. So we're gonna continue on here. All right, so we went ahead and wrote the final sequence to the teleplay. So I'm just kind of moving it here. This is, I may go on a little bit longer. It could make 100 pages or so, but right now it's just 56 pages, which is pretty good for a teleplay. A pilot is what this is, a pilot. So I'll toss it around a little bit. I really don't know who really to give it to other than maybe Charles Baker. Charlie Baker is the actor I'd probably give it to if I can find a way to give it to him. Maybe the guy also, Matt Jones, who played Badger. Both, maybe it make 2 copies, one for Matt Jones and one for Charles Baker. I don't know how often he comes to Texas though. I did a play with him, so anyway, this is kind of I'm just showing you the whole script right here, the final sequence. Pretty long monologue there, another hefty monologue. It's not really a lot like Vince Gilligan. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot something. I just now remembered it now. Sometimes I forget these things. And there's the scene right there. I gotta add something. All right, this scene starts on pretty much on page 54. So we're gonna see if we can try to get that to 54. There we go. Page 54. We got to make a phone call. Interior living room, Waverly Place. Moments later, Skinny Pete and Badger are tied together to a wooden chair. A squirrel darts under their legs and runs up the wall and springs over them again, landing by the spinning large hamster wheel. He lands on all fours and hisses and jumps and then zips away. Thick dust floats throughout the living room in a film noir fashion. Is that a giant hamster wheel? I think they have a pet squirrel. Where are we exactly? Somewhere in Brooklyn, not too far from Waverly Place, along the Fulton stop. Who are these people? Ella enters with a dart gun and sits down near the table. Who are you? I'm Ella, the common-law wife of the guitar man, the owner of this joint. The guitar man enters. Sorry, I had to tie you guys up. It was safer this way. This is how you conduct an interview? At gunpoint? Look, it's only a dart gun. Let's get real. I'm no bullshit. I know who you are. Now to introduce me. First off, I'm an artist, a real artist. I play music, and this is my common-law wife, Ella, and her pet squirrel. I hope it didn't bite you. I think bites? Yes. Guitar man. Okay, the squirrel darts back toward the kitchen and vanishes into the cabinet. That furry monster's quick. Guitar man. Look, the little thing in life are the most important in the whole scheme of things. We don't get those little things without money. I can smell the money on both of you. You're here to pay me. Badger. How do you know we're loaded? Guitar man. You are wearing expensive suits. Brand new alligator skin shoes. And you're wearing each $200 designer belts from Neiman Marcus. You're loaded, my friends. So we have money, but we don't have access to it right now. We'll find a way to get access to your accounts. Or what? Or we sick the nasty squirrel on you. I hope he isn't hungry for anything nutty. Nutty's his nickname. Now, I have 2 accounts you can wire the money to. Each account, I want you to start with $9,000 for each transfer. That way the bank doesn't run a security check. 9 G's might take a bit of talking to others, if you know what I mean. Who do you know, or who do you need to call to get the money? Badger. Well, we better call Saul. Saul? Who is Saul? What, you never heard of Saul Goodman? No, never heard of him. Is he a business exec or something? Nope, he's a lawyer. Oh, really? Can he get the money? Maybe. He was just released from prison, whispering to the side. Kim has access to the dark web, though. Shh, I didn't know that. She does. Tons of it. How do you think she sprung Jimmy? The guitar man listens in on the whispering. Who's Jimmy? Look, we'll get you the money. Just don't kill us, and don't sick that rabid squirrel on us neither. How soon can you get the money? We got to make a phone call. Cut to interior kitchen. Moments later, Ella walks around with a phone cord, talking on a landline phone. Are y'all hungry? Sure. You like pizza? We like democratic pizza. What's that? The type where you have to slice it yourself. Well, we'll look into it. I can have it delivered. Don't talk to them too much. Less info we get, the safer it is. At least in the long run. What kind of pizza? I'll order from Venezia. It's cheaper that way. They don't cut it. They don't cut it, and you keep the savings. Ella walks over to Skinny Pete and uncorks an odd-shaped bottle that reads Zephyr and Niho on a piece of white tape wrapped around the neck of the bottle. I'm going to stick the bottle stopper in your mouth if you don't shut up. Skinny Pete, huh? Ella sticks the wooden tropical-style bottle stopper in his mouth. It's called Zaviro Anijo. Have you ever tasted it? He spits the bottle stopper out. Ella places his index fingers over his lips. Shh.